Why will most people never be financially free? It's not because they're lazy or stupid. It's because the system was designed that way. It keeps you busy, confused, and just comfortable enough not to revolt. By the time most people realize the game is rigged, it's too late to win because they were never taught the rules in the first place. They tell you to budget, work hard, buy a house, and invest. They say financial freedom is just a matter of discipline. But if that were true, every nurse, teacher, and factory worker who scrimped and saved their entire life would retire wealthy. They don't. And the reason has nothing to do with effort and everything to do with design. Financial freedom isn't just about money. It's about control, time, choices, security. The ability to say no to a boss, a bill, or a crisis. That kind of freedom isn't handed out. It's constructed. To build it, you have to understand what's really holding people back. For most of human history, wealth was about land. In medieval Europe, 90% of the population worked the land for someone else. They were serfs, trapped by debt and rent. Fast forward to the Industrial Revolution. The factory replaced the field, but the dynamic stayed the same. Work long hours, earn just enough to survive, and stay dependent. The 20th century gave us the middle class, but even then, real freedom was rare. The whole system, from school to work, was built to keep people earning and spending. Now, in the 21st century, productivity has skyrocketed, but real wages are stagnant. Meanwhile, housing, healthcare, and education costs have soared. Debt has become the default. The average American household now carries over $100,000 in debt. So, who benefits when everyone is always paying something back? Then there's inflation, the silent thief. $1 today buys half of what it did 20 years ago. The official solution: print more money. This inflates asset prices like stocks and real estate. The rich, who own the assets, get richer. The poor, who own none, fall further behind. This isn't a glitch. It's the engine of a financial system powered by debt and confusion. And it trains you to blame yourself. Didn't save enough. Your fault. Can't buy a house? You're not hustling hard enough. This is where the truth starts to matter. Most people will never be free because freedom requires more than income. It requires leverage. Most people trade their time for wages, but real wealth comes from the inverse. When money works for you, when assets generate income, that transition from labor to leverage is where freedom lives. It's the one thing you're never taught. The wealthy play by a different rulebook. They don't trade time for money. They own, they delegate, they compound, they understand taxes, loopholes, and trusts. They think in decades, not pay, periods. They keep the system just opaque enough that you never learn to think like they do. You're fed a steady diet of hustle culture and lifestyle branding, a treadmill disguised as a journey. The truth is financial freedom is a rebellion, a rejection of dependency. But you can't rebel against something you don't understand. That's why financial education is the foundation of sovereignty. It starts by asking uncomfortable questions. Where's your money really going? What percentage of your income is tied to your labor? What assets can you build that generate cash flow? Real wealth isn't just about having more. It's about needing less. Not in a minimalist way, but in a strategic way, where every dollar saved is a seed planted. The average person reacts to money. The financially free person designs their life around it. They build buffers. They anticipate volatility. They don't chase the market. They position themselves to survive it. For generations, wealthy families did this by owning land, businesses, and intellectual property assets that produce income no matter what. They passed down knowledge and strategy, not just money. Meanwhile, everyone else was trained to be a consumer. Earn, spend, repeat. But now you're asking the right questions, and that's the first crack in the illusion. So, what's the path forward? It's not glamorous, and it won't make you rich overnight, but it's real. First, reduce fragility. Cut the liabilities that keep you reactive. This could mean downsizing or selling a car. Every dollar of flexibility you create is a dollar of power regained. Second, build assets, skills that earn in the open market. Businesses that grow beyond your time. Investments that produce income while you sleep. Think long-term and compound relentlessly. Third, protect your mind. Don't drown in news, ads, or hype. Study history. Understand systems. The more calm and curious you are, the harder it is for the system to manipulate you. And fourth, share the knowledge. Real power is multiplied, not hoarded. When more people understand the game starts to change. Most people will never be financially free, not because they couldn't be, but because they were never shown how. They were handed a script and punished for straying from it. But you can write a new one. It starts with clarity, then control, then freedom. The kind where you choose how you spend your days, where money is a tool, not a tyrant. It's not easy, but it is possible. And it starts now. If this gave you a new perspective, hit subscribe. History has the answers. I'll show you where to look.